who amongst you love to eat the lahm, the flesh of his fellow brother, maitan, that is dead, then you take it raw. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us a similitude of the likeness of what somebody backbiting others behind him to somebody eating the flesh raw. Allah said, detest it. Wattaqullaha inna Allah tawwabur rahim. Beware of suspicion. Inna ba'da zanna ithm. Fa inna zanna akzab al hadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ba'da zann, often many or part of the suspicion are lies. Wala tajassasu, do not spy on one another. Wala tahassasu, do not poke nose. Wala tanaffasu, wala tahasadu, do not make jealous of one another. Wala tahasadu, wala tabagadu, and do not desert one another. Wala tadabbaru, and do not desert one another. Wa kunu ibadan lillahi ikhwana. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, be brothers to one another, be the mirror of one another, be helper of one another. To wrap this up, what do you tend to gain if you follow this hadith? What do you tend to gain if you are a mirror to another brother? Let's diagnose this hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Man nafasa am mu'minin qurbatan min qurbi dunya. Who among Muslims, amongst us here, that elevate the sovereign or cover the shame of his fellow brother and elevate his sovereign among the sovereign that is encountering this world? Nafasallahu anhu qurbatan min qurbil yawm al-qiyamah. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that which you look as being a big burden in your life. No, I've done this. Perhaps you are scared. That might be a drag. That might serve a use as a means of you being dragged down, pulled down. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and Rasulullah, Allah will use that as a means of elevating that fear, that body that you may be having, or if you are the time that elevate people's body or sovereign. It never ends. That's one of the reward there. Another two, another one, وَمَا يَسَّرَ عَلَى مُعَسِّرٍ عَلَى مُعَسِّرٍ يَسَّرَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ. Whosoever ease the affairs of his fellow brother, you ease, maybe it's owing you. Instead of you to begin to cascade him, he's owing me for over two months. He has not paid me. He began to talk about. There's one hadith of Rasulullah. He said, the worst human being are those when you do them good. Okay, nobody will hear about it. When you offend them, the whole world will hear. Say these are the worst human being in life. When you do them good, nobody will hear. But when you offend them, hey, are you born Roma? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man yassara ala mu'sirin yassara Allahu alayhi fi dunya wal akhirah." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the affair of a Muslim that is suffering or having one challenge or the other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ease his own affair on day of our judgment. So that easiness, it's very, maybe somebody owing you, maybe somebody needs help, it might be somebody needs advice. Somebody needs advice. Let me give you an instance. Last week, I was in my office. One student came to my office. This student came when she was in year 2. She was crying. Wallahi, it is almost saying that this girl might likely commit suicide. She was panting. Sir, what happened? I'm frustrated. What do you call it? Depression. I'm depressed. What happened? She's from Akwa Ibom. She has this deficiency. Whenever she's in class, she don't sleep. Anytime she's in class, once she enters class, she's gone. You tap her, Esther. She's brilliant. But once she enters class, she's off. One day, one of her mates snapped her and put it on social media while she was sleeping. So it dampens her dignity. And people were now calling her, Esther, what happened? You know, that kind of mental torture. To the point that she could not enter class regularly again. She could not flow with her mates again. So it becomes a thorn on her flesh. What I need to do, we need to resuscitate that confidence in her. I followed her to the class. Then I brought the girl who did that, I brought it out. And I asked her to apologize. And I ensure they became friends. And I was not directing my speech on that girl that offended. I was directing the speech to all of them. I said, all of you here, you all have one lapses or another. Some of you are in your bed because nobody knows. Some of you are doing so. I make a general problem that many of them are coming across. They are sober. Now say in life, if anybody has any challenge, don't use that challenge against him. You don't know tomorrow because your own may be worse than what he has. From today, take this girl as your friend. And indeed, by Allah's permission, this girl has graduated, and indeed, she had 3.39. She's good. If she doesn't have that challenge, she could have 2-1. But 3.37, astagfirullah, 3.37, just point something to get to 2-1. So indeed, this girl has another one happened, and that was last week on. She came, she says, sir, I'm in problem. I said, what's the problem? I'm the student advisor. So for you to know the reason why they are coming to me. Says, sir, I'm having problem. I said, what's the problem? Say, when she was in primary school, she had a friend. And this friend, they are seatmates. And from that time, all these fingering, they have been doing the get to get from a primary school until they graduated from primary school. But when she finished primary school, she entered secondary school, different university, secondary school. But that thing had already entered her. She continued in her secondary school, and that girl also continued where she was. They parted, but the same trait was going on. Now, she has graduated. Among those that have graduated, she said, I have wanted to stop this. But each time I take mind to stop it, I find it difficult. After some while, I go back to it. She has been addicted to it. She's really addicted. One of the reasons why I'm telling us this one is that we need to be vigilant with our kids, our children. Anything happen, the school she attended, just like she said, she's a Christian school, private school, and you will see that it's a decent school, so to say. And that our child or our children are mixing up with these children. She's in school, university, she was in university, she just graduated. She mixed up with some certain students who are also from one family or the other that she has also initiated. That the point she's now saying that anytime she sleeps, most of the time when she sleeps, that girl that she had affair with in her primary school, she sees her in dream every now and then. She sees her in a dream every now and then. She wants to leave it. Up to now, she has been able to get herself out of it. The point I'm making is that some people will have some challenge in their lives. It might be as a result of what they never planned to have, but circumstance of life might bring them there. Circumstance of life might push them there. If they get there, once you have an opportunity to ease them out of that way, don't let us hesitate. They might be Muslim, they might be non-Muslim. Particularly when they are Muslims. If you have such idea, if you have such information, don't spread it. If you have somebody's lapses, don't spread it. Also, as man sattara Musliman sattara Allah fi dunya wal akhirah. Whosoever have access to the secret of his brother and he covers it, sattara Allahu lahu sattara Allah fi dunya wal. Allah will cover his own aura. Allah will cover his own shame on the judgment. Wallahu fi auni al-abdi ma dama al-abdu fi auni akhi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will always come to the help or to the aid of his servant, in as much his servant is also ready or is always in help of his fellow brother. The hadith continue. It continue talking about knowledge and where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will. So when you look at this hadith, from the first point I mentioned to this last one, is telling us on how to be help to one another, how to assist one another. And the hadith we are talking about is al-mu'min mirratul mu'min. Believers are mirror to one another. Are you a mirror to me who sees my lapses and call me to myself using the techniques adabun nasiha that we mentioned, or you see any of our brother or any of our sister and use the adabun nasiha, the etiquette of our advice. Number one, we mentioned be sincere to advise privately. 3, use soft language, gentle language. 4, choose the right time. 5, avoid mockery. 6, follow up with love. Any of our brother that we see that have any lapses, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-Mu'min miratul mu'min. Muslims or mu'min are mirror of one another. Wal mu'min akhul mu'min. Muslim or mu'min are brothers to one another. Yakufu alayhi du'ata. Wherever we have lapses, we try to assist. Wa yahutuhu min wara'ihi. Then behind him, we guard his back. This is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, "Al-mu'min lil-mu'min." Believers or believer, kalbuniyan. They are like edifice. They are like edifice. Look at this wall. If, like Rasulullah, he used his hands to grasp one another like this. So it shows that block to block move together to become an edifice. And he said, Kalbuniyan, like a building. Yashuddu ba'dahu ba'dan. That one part is holding another. If this building that is erected from here to that side is what they erected from the beginning of the time they built this building, it is possible that some of it might be damaged. But they use this place to hold this place, use this place to hold this place, and they become a strong edifice. That is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, washabbaka bayna asabi'a. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used his arm to grip each other to show how we need to be. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to let it well reflect in our lives. What we are saying in a nutshell is that see your brother. One, be a good mirror. I mentioned that earlier on. Be a good mirror that people can emulate from you. Don't see that, oh, I'm living my own and nothing concern me. You must be a mirror that people can emulate. Number one. Number two, also see good mirror in others. If others are having lapses, don't leave them to themselves. Let's see how we can bring them to the fold. Let's see how we can correct them. Let's see how we can bring them and let them have their. So I was asked to, for those of us that come late, we discussed the following. Number one, that we are living a life where we judge on time. We should not judge anybody. Before we judge, our last advise us to make investigation. We are in an era of social media where information spread, evil spread. You have access to the internet. When you heard about information, before you share, find out. Don't use a digital tongue. The one I call digital tongue. Digital tongue is what we share. Is that the term they call it? Digital tongue. Our tongue, inshallah, on job statement, may Allah not make it to be a source of wrath for us. Also, we mentioned that when we close our eyes, personally, what do you see as an individual and what do you see in people? See good in people. See good. Don't see more of evil. Let what you see most is good. Then when you see lapses, you correct one another. Ask yourself with sincerity, are you also pure? Are you also good? Are you also free from that which you are alleging others? If you are free, then look for whom to assist. A mirror does not lie. A mirror shows flaws gently. When you see the flaws of others, also reflect it gently and correct them gently. We also mentioned that the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam using mirror is just a metaphorical expression, letting us that when you see a mirror, when you hold a mirror, if somebody is here, will not see the lapses that the mirror is seen, because mirror has covered it. That is the way we need to cover the aura of others. And we quoted Imam Al-Ghazali that said, "Kama annaka tuhibbu an yakuna maratika safiya." The way you want your mirror to be clean, also fakun kazalika mirata li akhika li ikhwanik. Be the same mirror for your brother. Before you mirror others, mirror yourself. We should believe that we should see in others. Number one, good character. We demonstrate good character. Sincerity, be sincere, and also let others be sincere with you. Loyalty, be loyal with your brothers, and trustworthiness. Honesty, and that's sidq and gentleness. We mentioned that. Then if somebody does not possess this, should we cast him away? Should we move him away? No. We should use the following techniques. One, good intention. We should check our intention, advise privately, use gentle language, choose the right words or the right time, avoid mockery, and follow up with wisdom. Why some people don't take advice is because of the manner of approach. Number one, we use harsh words, we expose their secret, we correct them publicly, and sometimes we vent anger instead of cooling it, we make it more escalated. And we also advise ourselves, once we see other people's secret, using the word of Allah and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that we should be our brother keeper and our brothers. Sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
He gave us a good reminder, and I played everything to make that summary. That's why he had to go through it again, so that I know I may not be able to do a good job in doing the summary. Well, if there are questions, contributions, raise your hand. Alaja, number one. Bros, number two. You know that one? From the Imam Muslim. Okay. The ladies, the mothers first, please. Aja, I know your own. Come.
Abdul Majid, bring a mic.
Control room, please. Another microphone, please.